Yeah, I wanted to get this off my chest and make another video, my last video of the day. I always see a whole bunch of women, black women, always sit here and try to tell guys that back in high school, other black nerds wasn't checking for them. But then later on in life, they're saying that black men who are nerds, they're lame, and they expect women to be nice to them because they're nice, and it don't work like that. So it's kind of telling me that these women who are nerds are not really fully nerds, because if you ever have a conversation or try to have a conversation with a female, of a so-called female black nerd, you see that half of them, most of them, have limitations on how much they know about anything. They don't know much about anime. They probably only watch viewed over like 3 anime or 4 anime or 5 anime or even like 20 anime. You see that they have limited knowledge on video games, and they only play online video games. You see they have a limited knowledge on anything that you like. So when black women say that it's female nerds, I always have to laugh and say, what are you talking? I'll have to ask them this question like, yeah, it might be female nerds, but it depends on how much knowledge they know about the things that I know. If I have knowledge from when I was 4 years old to the age I am now about video games, and from 5 to now about anime or pro wrestling or anything that I like and I enjoy, that's been a part of my whole life, and then this so-called female nerd doesn't know half of the stuff that I know, but she says she like video games and like anime and like pro wrestling, it's no way that it's no way that me and her are gonna get along, because it's gonna feel like that I'm a teacher and she's a student. In turn, it's gonna feel like that I'm in a relationship with somebody who shouldn't even be in a relationship with me, because every time that I pull out a new game, every time I'm watching a new anime, I'm gonna have to explain it to her, and then eventually that's gonna get on my nerves, because in turn, a lot of women are not gonna explain certain things to men. They're gonna find them socially awkward. They're gonna find them weird, because I have met a lot of so-called nerds out here who say the same things that the opposite side of the spectrum say. You know, if you see a female nerd, they say, "Oh, I love video games, and I love anime, and I love pro wrestling, but I also love loving hip hop, and I love I love loving hip hop, and I love let me see." Because I have somebody who has a quote like that. Here we go. There's women out here who say they nerds, but then they'll call somebody lames. They call another nerd, a guy who's a nerd, a lame. And I had one comment here that said, maybe you're just lame. You ever thought of that instead of making excuses of who want who? Seriously, because I'm a gamer, an anime lover, and into cosplay, and a welder, and an artist, and rap lover, and classical music, and sports fan, and foodie kind of girl. Why is it every single time that you get every time you look at these female nerds, they always try to include 1,000 fucking things that they like, instead of the simple things like anime and games? They always try to be a savant. So it shows you that they are insincere about being a fan of anime and games, because in turn, if you are a fan of anime and games and things, you stick to those things, and those things are your core. Those things are your lifestyle. Those other things that you talk about, you shouldn't talk about. You should talk about the same core things that the other person said. Oh, I love anime. I love anime games. I don't know what you're talking about. And then to put it to your point, yeah, I played that new God of War. But if you sit back and said, oh, I love anime and I love games, and then all you can talk about is everything that came out, every new thing that came out, or you can't even talk about what happened in God of War, or you can't even say that you played all the old God of War, or you ever watch certain anime that other people don't know about, I don't consider you a nerd. I consider you a novice, because in the nerd world and in the gaming world, there's levels to it. And when it comes down to it, there's casual gamers, there's hardcore gamers, there's regular gamers, there's like busy gamers, guys that have careers but they still game on their off day. It's different types of gamers, and it's different types of people who like anime. But you can't sit there and say somebody else is lame and use the terms that other people use to describe somebody who like anime, and then you call them socially awkward. And then there was another comment that I'm looking for, because I always save these comments for some videos now, because I'm gonna start these videos with some comments. Let me look for it. Here we go. It was another comment. Why y'all need an excuse to date white women? It's embarrassing. There are plenty of nerdy, awkward black girls who like men who are the same. Wow. And they always try to act like it's many black girls out there. If it was many black girls out there, you wouldn't have many guys out here complaining. Only simps who lick the boots, as one of the guys said on a City of Radio show, him saying that they lick the boots of these females and tell them what they want to hear. Because I would never ever sit here and tell a female that she actually more intelligent than I am. If she is a nerd, I'm gonna call her out straight away, right in her face. Because if she says she like anime and games, I'm gonna test through the gauntlet before me and her even proceed. Because like I said previously, I don't want to be no teacher. I want to have somebody at the same equal ground as me, and we're bouncing ideas off each other. Not me having for her to catch up to me where I'm at, and I gotta sit here and stop what I'm doing just to explain to her about what I'm doing. Like, oh no. Go play better video games, buy old consoles, and get to my level, some better anime, so you can get to my level, so we can talk about certain things. Other than that, I'm not here to teach you. But these women act like that these women nerds are not like the hood rats, and they are. Some of these women are hood rats, and they just put on the mask of being a nerd. Because half of these female nerds, I like to challenge anybody who think they can prove me wrong. How many female nerds are virgins right now without a kid? How many female virgins right now who don't listen to rap music, who are socially awkward, and who can't get a man who's okay looking? Show me a group of black female nerds who can't get a man and never had sex. Because I can show you many men who can't get a female and never had sex, who like anime and games. I can break it down to all these women, and it's the fact. You can never tell me that's a female nerd who's socially awkward, who can't find a man and never had sex. You can't tell me, you can't call yourself a female nerd if you can't even tell me certain games that I haven't played yet. If you can't tell me certain animes that I haven't even thought about yet. And when I ask these female nerds about, yo, if they have the same game system as me, I said, send me your gameplay. None of that talking. What game are you playing right now? Send me your gameplay so I can view and see how good of a gamer you are. No games, no online games, no online shit. Single player games only. And show me your skills in single player games. And they never show me it. Tell me what kind of anime you really like. What kind of comic books you know. Your facts. Who your favorite characters are. And they can never tell me that. So they always try to be this savant. Oh, I go outside and I'm a social person. So you can't be 100% nerd. You can't be 100% otaku. You're just half. I see the things that you do, that you say that you like in music and stuff. Half of that shit is not my main shit. It's add-ons. My main thing in life, and I love, and I will die being that, is a gamer and loving anime. Those are my lifestyle cores. Everything else, from working to everything else that I add to my life, is an add-on. They're not my lifestyle. My real lifestyle is anime and video games. All that other shit is add-on. I can add and subtract it anytime I want. But you, so-called female nerds, black female nerds, you have to add all this other bullshit in there, into the mix. And you don't understand it. It makes you look stupid, and it makes you look insincere, and it makes you look like a fraud and a phony. Because I met a lot of so-called female nerds, and they never meet my expectations. They always disappoint me. And when I always try to call them out, they get mad and say, oh, that's not how it is. You can't expect me to know the things you know. But you said you was a gamer ever since 2016. You said you was a gamer ever since 2000. So you never played that game. You never did that. So you was a limited gamer. So why are you talking to me? As I said before, man, you need to start being more creative when these females talk about how they used to get rejected. Because if these black female nerds know that the black male nerds are socially awkward, they should make the first move. They should try to break the ice and say, let me go across this guy and ask him, I think he kind of cute. Let me go across there and ask him what kind of game he likes. And see if we like the same game. Let me see if he like anime. But they're not socially. See, you expose women for not being. Most women don't have personalities. Most of them don't think on their own. So most of the time when they say they nerds and stuff, they only like what other people like. You will never see them liking things. You could never see a black female nerd talk to you about the Zone of the Enders and what that series meant. And the anime. Did they ever see the anime and they ever played the video game too on PS2 era? They had never talk to you about Breath of Fire on PS2. They had never talked to you about Guilty Gear and the storyline behind that. They had never talked to you about One Piece. They had never talked to you about all this different stuff that you know, or any kind of show that you like, or any wrestling promotion. And what I found out a lot is that some of these black female nerds, so-called wrestling fans, they only know one company. They don't know New Japan. They don't know ROH. They don't know NWA. They don't know none of these. They don't know any of these other promotions out here. All they know is WWE. So it's useless talking to them, man. I'm just trying to show y'all that you can expose these chicks based off how much knowledge they know about what you have as a lifestyle choice.